Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. For any first time viewers, I'm Jesse Rebirth, and today we are going to be diving into another fan art statue. As you can see, this is going to be a Punisher, Frank Castle the Punisher. I don't do very many Marvel things on this channel, and even back when I was reading comics across all boards, Dark Horse, Marvel, DC, all of them, Punisher was one of my favorite Marvel characters. War Journal, I used to love as a younger kid. I would go up to Mile High Comics, and I'd go digging through and get the cheapest war journals I could for a NMM. And then once I would have enough money, I'd go and buy one of the more expensive ones. I have all the covers where, you know, the Punisher shooting Daredevil on the front. I got the ones where Punisher crossed over with Spider-Man. I still remember this one where a guy would make movies and he would actually kill his actors in the action scenes of his movies. I used to love the Punisher, and then I liked Warzone, and I also really liked that Punisher run that was under Max Comics, where it was very explicit. There was a lot of cussing, a lot of violence. They had the one where the guy got his balls cut off, and he's holding his crotch and carrying his balls in the cup. I thought that was a really cool series where they had that dude was chopping the guy up while keeping him alive, and they were mailing the pieces one at a time. I believe the guy had dreads that was doing it. I used to love the Punisher. I thought the Dolph Lundgren movie wasn't bad. I thought that other one with John Travolta, it wasn't bad, it wasn't great, but it hit right around the time of Daredevil. It's funny because I actually read the movie adaptation novel. That was the first movie adaptation novel I ever read. And I read it before the movie, so when I went to go see the movie, I knew everything that was going to happen, and it really was kind of a bummer. I really dug that Marvel Warzone, or the Punisher Warzone movie that was directed by that woman. It had Newman, Wayne Knight in it as his buddy. I thought that was a good one, but when it came to Daredevil crossing into the Punisher show, I thought it was okay. It wasn't much. That was kind of the end of watching Daredevil for me around that time. I never watched the Punisher standalone season. I just felt like they couldn't nail down the Punisher right. That dude who's from The Walking Dead, he's not bad. He's great and all, but he's just not, I don't picture him as a big enough Punisher. I picture the Punisher to be a big guy. Frank Castle is a buff dude, always tore up, always bandaged up. And I like it when he wore the tight 80s suit. Not like in the comics when he started wearing the pants and the shirt and everything, but I dig the 80s look. Now when I seen this statue, the texture was insane. And there were, I believe, 2 or 3 versions. I think it might have been 2. You could get a blue one, which I really wanted, but the blue one came with a mask that he had, and the black one, he had a cigarette and another option. So the black one won out overall. The blue one was really cool. And then there was the kit. But with this one, I chose to go with the black one. It's a very classic looking Punisher with tons of texture all over him. But enough of me talking about this. Let's dive into one of the first Marvel pieces I've had around here since probably the Spider-Man from the video game, I guess. All right, let's go ahead and get it open. All right, so we got this foam packaging that most fan arts come in. Now, wow, that paint is beautiful. We got to be really careful. I had seen in one of the videos, wonder why there's no head in that one. I seen in the video, you got to be really careful because he has a cigarette right here, and you got to make sure that you don't break it. All right. We'll go ahead. We'll start with our base. It's going to be a small footprint base. It'll kind of be nice compared to some of these larger Prime 1 statues we've been doing. This bottom's it's a bit of an annoyance. Number 23 of 30. These are fan arts. I guess let's see here.
Maybe heat it up.
Alright, so I took a tiny pin, poked it in, got a lot of that air out. We got our base. It's got this little kind of like I mean, they look like they're little grenade launcher rounds, basically. We'll see if this eye matters. That's not all the way filled in. I don't think it's gonna. I think it's gonna be covered. But let's go ahead. Grenade rounds on the type of strap. And see, we got this like Uzi kind of gun. It is very cool. All right, what we'll do is we'll get our Punisher up. All right, take a look at this guy. I love how it looks like it's actually armor. It has this really weathered up texture look. You can see our big pouches for the teeth. Look at the veins that are popping through his suit. You can see them all over. These knee pads, his boots are very cool. Look at that. Very good. Very good looking. His back, I mean, he's buff. He is ripped up. So, that's gonna go right in like that. I guess that eye doesn't get covered. We're gonna have to paint that in. That's a bit upsetting. I will say this, guys. I'm very cautious about getting fan arts ever since what happened with the Batcave debacle. If you've seen some of my other videos, I've talked about a Batcave that was so large. It's a platform, the computer with all the lights, and Batman sitting on a chair. I haven't even unboxed it for a video or anything. There was a mix-up where basically each box you were supposed to get number 17 of 35 for each box. Well, I got like number 1 of 35, number 22 of 35, and number whatever of 35. And 2 of them were colored and 1 of them's a kit. So there were a couple people just like me. We got all kinds of mixed up boxes, and to be honest, they were setting it up like it was gonna be fixed, and it never came full circle around to getting fixed. I got a label to ship mine to someone else, and the problem is the guy who I was supposed to ship mine to, and then he was supposed to ship me his, I never heard any confirmation that he was going to ship his, so there's no way I'm going to ship mine and end up with 2/3 of a statue. Very cool.
On the side.
Oh no, it does. I was just wrong. Those scopes look, oh, it's supposed to be the cap. It's curved a little bit, like one goes down over and the other one goes down over the other side. We already have this Uzi type gun. And we have this pistol with this Punisher sign right there on it. I dig it. I like it. Well, we'll do the pistol first. I mean, he's going together really well. A holster. Very cool. The leather texture is absolutely beautiful. And the stitches in it, the stitching. I mean, so far this is really cool. You got a knife, Max Punisher. It looks like they're the exact same, but we have one in its sleeve, the other one not. I bet you this is gonna go on a boot or right there. Now we got a holster with a pistol in it, so it'd be switch out. We could do it with it in it. Like right now, this pistol would match the one in his hand. We'll end up switching them when we put the Uzi in his hand. Here we got another gun. This will be for his left arm. Very cool. I dig this. I like that. It has the extra magazine hooked right on there. Very cool. Check this out. So we got the lid. You know, maybe the lid is supposed to sit there on the base. I don't know. I'll have to look into this. It bothers me about that eye. I feel like there's a reason though it would be that way. We got these dog tags. Frank Castle Punisher. J. Logan Wolverine. So he's got his own and Wolverine's dog tags. Pistol, not in a hand or in the holster, holding that same knife. So that's pretty cool. But the little fastener is open now. So this is cool because this reminds me of the Warzone head. I dig it. The paint app is really nice on it. Look at those little strands of hair. And he kind of missed a tiny part on his hair right there, but for the most part, I like this. The dark black and then the lighter brown. His stubble looks really nice. Looks good. Head goes right in. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, I definitely like that. I wonder if this is just supposed to... I don't think it has. There's even these extra foam pieces in here. And this is actually the head I wanted. I like it. So there we go. Look at that. It's a very classic looking Punisher head. The longer hair, the cigarette. You can see that ash just kind of growing on there. That's pretty cool. I like it. Let me go ahead and move this out of the way. I almost thought I saw smoke in the camera. Just kidding. Now you know what we need to do. This, I'm assuming. All right, let me get some of this stuff out of our way. I went back and I looked at the way the production was showing. The sculpts were showing how this was going to go. And what happens is we don't even wear, it's a pretty strong magnet. We don't even wear these. What we end up doing is this leans. Wish there was like something it would sit on. That's going to lean. Gonna wrap over. Yeah, so it sits basically like that. And then the dog tags are supposed to be kind of like an Easter egg. I mean, they look good on him, but they hang on there too. That looks pretty cool. And now, so what we can do is we can remove this. This is heavy. I mean, the gun is literally heavy. It said on the production pieces, you got to be careful that little scope. You can hold this gun. And then what we can do, we can remove our knife, put up our empty sleeve, and put that on. Now that's pretty cool. I guess what we could do is how we have an extra pistol. Could always just lay that on the ground. I guess if you were using the Uzi, you could lay the knife, but that's kind of getting cluttered. That's gonna look kind of bad. I do like the knife. It makes them look very like savage, you know? But if you're not using a pistol, you could do the one where it's in there. I mean, this is just like maximum weaponry almost, except I guess you could put the knife in it. You could do his Uzi, and then he's holding basically the max weapons that he can. I do like this. I guess it's nice the eye didn't have to be fully colored in. I might still paint it in just because I want it to be. I really dig these boots. I think these boots, the texture, I mean, we have the lace texture, we have this leather texture, we got this kind of like smoother leather that's rippling, got this nice little grid pattern. We got, I mean, there's like 5 different textures just on his boots. And then you got the zipper going up the back. I mean, look at all the wrinkles, and you can see his hamstrings here bulging. He's got wrinkles in his pants. Well, his onesie, I guess you could say. With this belt, and I like that it's like an off-white. It's white, but it's like dirty. I really dig the Punisher sign on the holster too. I like that a lot. Yeah, he's definitely very cool. It's funny because I don't have very many Marvel statues, but this is... I don't think we have any Marvel statues. Yeah, none. Any that I did have, I guess we got rid of at one point. So this will proudly be my only one, I guess. I so dig, look at that. How it's just, you know, it's been unclasped. And we got a little groove right there where it makes it look like it just fits in there. I guess it doesn't even technically need that groove. This one. It's very cool. I like it. We'll go ahead and switch out this cigarette head. You got to be very careful of the cigarette head. Now, if you got the blue version, you got the cigarette head too, but you didn't get this Warzone style head, and I really dig the Warzone head. It's like I was saying with the bandage on his nose. I still remember this comic for Warzone. It's been quite a while, but I remember the Punisher's all hunched over, he has it, and you just see a gun next to his head that says wait, freeze, or stop, freeze, and he's like kind of like looking over, kind of shocked, like a cop got the drop on him. But I've always liked that Warzone look to him. I believe issue 1 was him in a trench coat, and the cover had a cutout. It was like a red cover, and it had the skull cut out, and you could open it, and it was just the skull on the back page. It's kind of a toss-up. I don't know which head I like more. I do think the blue version looked nice. It pops real well, but I like the black. It's how I picture him when I think of him. I really like that the skull stands out. It's not, you know, just printed on there. It's like a type of armor. It almost looks like stone. Superhero suits are supposed to be so simple, but they're so impossible. Like, they just don't work, and there's no way when you wear them you'd be comfortable. It'd just be awful. I really like this smaller submachine gun, but I do think this big one's nice. It's just so heavy. I'd be worried though to leave it on there for like, I guess it does sit more straight up. This one's so light that it almost feels like nothing, but this one is so heavy. It's very cool though. I dig them. I like them. What we'll have to do is we'll have to decide, you guys decide which attachments you like more. Let me know in the comments. We'll do that. Pick a head, Warzone or cigarette. Pick a right hand. It'd be knife, pistol, or Uzi. And then you'd have to pick the other hand, and it would either be grenade launcher or this submachine gun. Because I think if you have the pistol, it's nice having this empty holster. It's cool. I like how it's kind of like that Thomas Wayne idea where with this Thomas Wayne you got your guns in holster, but if you're going to have him holding his guns, they came with empty holsters too. It's kind of a nice continuity for the toy. I like how we got the extra rounds for it. And I like this grenade. You got this tiny little pin. I think that's actually metal. Yeah, it's actually metal and it was glued in there. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, I like it. I like that he's standing on this ammunition box. It's a nice museum pose that's doing something. I think this Batman standing the way he is, I like him. I know some people don't, but the way he's standing, it's okay, but I think the way he's standing, it feels a little more natural than this one over here. I really like it. So this is our only Marvel statue, and will probably be our only Marvel statue for some time. I do dig the black suit Spider-Man, the symbiote Spider-Man that Sideshow did, where he's all hunched up on top of the, I don't know, he's on a base kind of like the Rebirth Catwoman, where she's sitting on a gargoyle. He's kind of up there on one too. I really like that statue as well. I did want to get the Iron Studios Punisher, and then I had heard some bad things about it, the guns and everything. I guess they were floppy, something like that. I liked it, but I didn't go with it. Then I wanted to get the Sideshow Punisher, where his face was painted with the skull, and he's got like a bat over his shoulder and a duffel bag. But then I stumbled across this, and I was like, that's it. That's going to be our Punisher. So I think this one, I think he won. I think this is a great Punisher. I'm very happy with him. Let me know what your favorite switch outs are. Let me know what you think about the Punisher, or Marvel or DC, anything. I appreciate all the love and support you all show me. Our channel's been growing pretty big lately. The Venom Tom Hardy figure really took off. It's crazy. It's at like 260,000 views. It like went viral like 2 or 3 times. It went from like nothing to 80, sat around, went from 80 to 120, and then I looked at it just today because I was answering comments, and it was at 262. It's incredible. Thank you all. Go check that one out. It's awesome. There's going to be more. We do have the Hot Toy Venom on pre-order. We're very excited about him. I seen her comment that I'm not too yet, but we won't be getting rid of any of our third-party Venoms. We'll be keeping them, but we'll be getting the Hot Toy one on top of them. We're not big on selling things. We buy with discernment. We make sure what we're going to get is what we want. I talked about it when I opened the fan art Superman, that I was really gung-ho about all these fan arts and everything up front. Since I've kind of laid off of them, I've kind of laid off statues in general. You can see we've slowed down a little bit on them. Really digging the McFarlane figures. They're, I mean, $20, you get an amazing figure, and there's so many different ones. The collectability is through the roof. But yeah, thank you guys for all the love and all the support. And check out some of my other videos. Share this with your friend. But remember, most of all, keep buying toys.